We're trying to translate that energy, and as a result, a lot of energy is translated into the knee. So this is from our friend, again, _ Akshat BS. Bunch of BS, Akshat. How do I know if I'm a 1 foot or 2 foot jumper? This is a pretty common question. We get this often, and I think it requires a little bit of context, right? Because 1 foot or 2 foot jumper, I take that as you are likely jumping about the same off both right now. It's, what do I do to jump my highest? If you are new to the world of jumping or sport, bottom line is we are going to be teaching you how to jump both ways because we want to create a more dynamic 360 athlete, right? Someone that has more options on the court or on the field of play, whatever sport you're playing. But when it comes to understanding what each require, right, we have to take a look at a few factors. It's going to be where are we most utilizing each of the jumps, 1 foot and 2 foot. 1 foot in a sport, unless you're a jumper in track and field, is likely going to be a little bit more of a dynamic effort. You are on the move and trying to accomplish something while covering real estate. 1 foot jumps require a great deal of strength and resiliency because you're placing all of that force through one contact point, meaning that it becomes our ability to be able to redirect momentum. That's it. A 1 foot jump is we're creating momentum forward, we're blocking that effort with our takeoff, right? This is our block foot, and we are transitioning that vertically to some degree, whether it's to touch as high as we can or to cover a little bit of distance. We're trying to translate that energy, and as a result, a lot of energy is translated into the knee. So this jump type tends to favor, number one, slightly lighter athletes relative to their size, and two, athletes that are a little bit more quadricep dominant in nature. Now, this is not a blanket statement, meaning everybody who's quadricep dominant is a 1 foot jumper. There are a lot of cases of big, strong athletes, heavy athletes that can jump well off one. However, you do have to create a kind of a vehicle to be able to perform this well without injuring yourself. So that's something to keep into consideration as well. 2 foot jumping, you're dispersing that energy over 2 contact points. We're making a larger surface area. And as a result, it tends to favor athletes who, again, are a little bit bigger and utilizes a little bit more rotational energy and rotational shearing from the joints, because we do get a lot of this kind of natural rotation through our plant sequence. So if you came to me and said, what am I, one or the other? I would say that everybody is both, but again, it's very sport and situation dependent. So that's why we'd always encourage you to train the qualities of both, train the technique of both, so that you have options when it comes to your sport. Hope that makes sense, right? I could sit here and we could talk the specifics of the technique of each of the jumps, but at the end of the day, it's, I want to be able to jump my highest, and you might not know, like something might come a little bit more natural to you at this time, right? When you go out and jump, let's say for instance, you are a basketball player. When we get a lot of basketball players that ask us, what am I, 1 or 2 foot? They tend to be a little bit more proficient off of 1 foot, especially early on, because think about it, right? We're taught first and foremost in basketball how to do layups. And layups are 1 foot in nature, right? With that nice knee drive. So you become very ingrained doing this movement over and over again. And when it comes to jumping in a game or before in a practice after trying to grab the rim, you're much more likely to run and jump off that 1 foot. But does that mean we should always only train someone as a 1 foot jumper if they're more comfortable jumping off of one? Hell no, because in basketball, you're gonna be presented with a lot of options to be able to take off, right? Protect the ball, put yourself in a position where you have a larger base of action, which is going to require a little bit more of a 2 foot effort. So I'd recommend anybody that is trying to figure out whether they're 1 or 2 foot is to reframe that mindset and look at it a little bit more like, I'm always both. One might just be more comfortable for me now, but it really doesn't mean that the others won't become more comfortable for me over time. Hope that makes sense. I love these little Q&As. Keep them coming. You can ask below if you want, but the easiest way for us to take care of this is I do this because I animate our Instagram onto the screen with us. So go to our Instagram, follow us there. We have a lot of great content, almost daily. I like to say daily, but at the end of the day, it's almost daily. Lots of great stuff, jump breakdowns, looks at different elements of technique and training, and of course, check the description below and join our Team PPA training app. Get started on your, not only reaching your goals, but surpassing them today. We'll catch you in the next one. COVID high five, here we go.